But I was reading something online,
including you all.
and apparently, I'm sure if anyone's seen Black and White 2, they've seen the covers and how it looks like Kyurem is fused with Reshiram and Zekrom. And I was actually reading something, and it said that. And it's no, it said it actually made somewhat sense because I kind of do remember this in the game, and it was saying how Kyurem, Reshiram and Zekrom were both one being, and that's who Kyurem is. The forms it shows on Black and White 2 is Kyurem splitting apart into Reshiram and Zekrom, and it says that was a major plot point. And instead of mashing A like all of us do, if we actually read the text that the characters say, we would know that.
I do read the text, but I haven't played Black and White.
Well, okay.
You're one of those. You're out of this conversation.
And it just made me think, like, I kind of vaguely remember them saying something like that.
Yeah. It's kind of good, though, because I'm going through my mom's game, and I think I'll actually pick up on that when I'm going through it, because I'm actually paying attention to what's going on. And it's actually a decent storyline. I mean, usually you have games like, I'm going to be, obviously in every Pokemon, let's beat all 8 gym leaders in the Pokemon League, and then I'm done. But then it's like, they have this whole, oh my god, I don't want to spoil it. There's so many good things about that game.
I guess we can talk about previous ones, like, in Gold, Silver, and Crystal, you had to stop Team Rocket's return, and that was a major story point.
Especially in Heart Gold and Soul Silver, because they had that whole thing where you went back in time and stopped Giovanni then. That was pretty amazing.
That was amazing.
I haven't played that, and now I want to.
See, we're giving you ideas.
I played the original.
Start making a list.
Yeah.
Alright,
so... Too bad my computer can't emulate the DS.
Oh, poor girl. But, okay, so, ow. Okay, last subject matter is,
unless we get sidetracked and stuff.
Yeah, of course, we'll get...
I still got the surprise for the end.
Oh, God, we got to deal with that. Okay, something like...
You'll like it. Well, I think you will.
Okay. But, so, there was this article on, IGN, and I'm probably going to post a link to it,
okay.jpg.
What?
The way you said it was just like, okay.
Oh yeah, okay, the meme. But, so, apparently they're like, for all DS systems, obviously Nintendo loves, like, changing them with minor things that should have been on the original one. Just like, for example, the DS, the DS
technology for the original one was up to par, but they've just been advancing with the technology for the most part.
That must be terrible with handheld systems, because you think of, like, oh, I have an iPod, I'll just update my software from Apple. But with like, oh man, that's terrible, especially with consoles.
With a console, you could just release an add-on.
Yeah.
So,
I mean...
like, the Kinect, even though I hate that with a passion.
Or iToy. Anyways.
This is, like, the one thing I don't like about Nintendo's handhelds, though. Because they constantly redesign it and throw out something new. I had my DS Lite until I got my 3DS. Like, you don't need to get that new thing. And it just...
It's like everyone will give you shit about having the old model, too.
Yeah.
Everyone.
And just because I don't have a fancy camera or a video thing, I have that now because the 3DS...
Even if it's not super kawaii awesome.
Oh god, with like the random, like I can go on the internet with my DSi. Or my screen is the size of my fist.
TJ.
TJ. Oh god. Don't even give me, like I have his DS right here.
Oh, you do?
Serious.
This thing is huge.
Dick.
It's
like,
bigger
I don't
than
know, we'll probably post a video, a picture of it when we're talking, but yeah, like his DS is literally bigger than my forearm. Like, like wide. I mean, that's terrible.
It's bigger than the palm. The screen itself is bigger than the palm of my hand. Both
I mean,
of them.
It's kind of ridiculous if you think about it, because
how are you supposed to shove this into your pocket?
Yeah, exactly what I was going to. Handheld systems are meant to be handheld and portable and carried around with you. And if your system's the size of, like, a freaking, I don't even know, a PSP, like, I'd imagine that you weren't...
That's actually not too bad.
Oh, okay. I mean, if you have big pockets, unless you're a girl.
Pockets.
Oh my god, I just want to point out this random thing that, like, bothers me. Girls' jeans are like have pockets. I don't know why they even.
And a lot of girls' clothing don't have pockets at all, and they'll actually go out of the way to make it look like there are pockets, but they're fake.
And they'll stitch them.
Yeah,
like
that
on tuxedos.
Me.
I don't understand. What's the point of having?
I hate stitched pockets.
Let's go on to back to what I was talking about. Okay. So IGN did this whole thing about like what they think is going to be on the 3DS that Nintendo should definitely look into, because I mean like 3DS Lite, 3DS XL. Like, for example, like, a second circle pad. I know, like, a bunch of people who are used to gaming on consoles, so, like, PS3 controllers, 360 controllers, things like that. They're used to having the, oh, I'm going to look around with the right one, move around with the left, unless, obviously, you change the thing. But for some reason, 3DS, they teased us, basically. Like how they did with the, they also did that on the PSP. They teased us with that little nub. It obviously broke every time you, like,
the
looked
PS
at it.
Vita is fixing that, and it's going to have 2 joysticks. So
Well, that's good.
something to look forward to.
Yeah, I mean, we're not talking about Sony. We're talking about Nintendo. Sorry, Charles.
Well, I'm
More
sorry.
important.
I'm a fan of both. I can't
But a couple.
bring that in there.
I am too.
Okay, I don't know if any of you, like, for 360 players, especially like myself, it is so confusing when you're like, oh, I'm gonna okay, on the right, for example, on the 360 controller, the bottom one out of the 4 buttons is A, but on the DS, it's like B. It's so confusing to me. I don't know if anyone else has had that problem, because sadly, I'm gonna admit to doing this, but when I was using an action replay for I don't know, it was probably a game I just didn't care about.
You.
Oh God, I'm a cheater! No, but
Well,
like,
it depends on the cheat that you use. If it's just minor shit, then I don't.
yeah,
care.
exactly. But if you think about
As
it,
long
like,
as you're not game breaking it.
yeah. But Y and X, they do 2 different things. Obviously, like Y literally deletes the game. But I was here. I was on the DS pressing Y repeatedly, like, oh my God, what do I do? What do I do? And I was like, oh, okay. So Y deletes it, and it had this little like box open, like press A to say that you don't want to delete it, and press B that you want to delete it. And I pushed the A, which is on the 360 controller,
But you clicked
which is
B
obviously B.
B
I
on the
deleted the
3DS.
game, and I was like, oh my God, this is terrible.
That's fantastic,
Excellent.
Jeff.
The fact that I did that in general, I'm imagining that's fantastic. But I don't understand.
You just don't adapt to new controllers well.
Okay, if I'm constantly switching back and forth, it's obviously gonna mess with my mind.
Yeah,
Like,
it's understandable. I
yeah.
guess. But
And then thank God for X squared, circle, and Y.
Yeah.
Like, triangle. Gosh, here I go.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's basically it.
Street Pass Walker.
Wait, what is this? Street Pass
Yeah,
Walker. Remember the Poke Walker? Let's have a snap off Street Pass module that does the same thing, so you don't have to haul the whole 3DS. That's like, nah. Like, what's the problem with like having a 3DS?
So is that?
That's basically
they
it.
were calling this the 3DS XL or whatever at the
Oh yeah,
time,
they were
so
deciding on. Yeah, that's good.
It had to be big. you need a screen the size of your head.
Alrighty, so that's basically it. I hope. Wait, one last announcement.
I want to talk about something.
Okay,
else
let
first.
Raymond talk first.
Okay,
and then-
so today's St. Patrick's Day, obviously.
yeah.
I was actually, Jeff and I were walking around a lot, okay? And, of course, we see a lot of people wearing green and stuff, whatever, it's St. Patrick's Day. And I actually found it funny because the talk of every year for St. Patrick's Day is that parade downtown, because we live in Ohio. And, I saw on Facebook, because I'm on there 24/7.
God knows you are. Oh man.
Every time I look
Every
Raymond-
single person I saw posting something about St. Patrick's Day was saying how much the parade sucked. And I just had to laugh about it because Jeff and I were having a great time, not at the parade.
Oh,
So
and,
if you're
wait,
gonna waste
have you
your-
guys ever noticed that just walking down the street, the people that celebrate St. Patrick's the most are usually not even white?
Wait, what? I've never actually
I've-
noticed that.
Like,
No, I haven't either.
on my way here today, I was walking through Cleveland. I cannot tell you how many Latino people I saw, just everything green.
Wow.
You can obviously tell they're not Irish. I mean, just look at it. I was also about to point out, like, some people decorating their homes are like, oh, I love St. Patrick's Day.
You're
Like,
not
using
even
that-
Irish!
Yeah, exactly. You're not even Irish. Most of them aren't even
And
Irish.
most people
they're
don't
using
even
it-
know what the holiday is about.
And
Yeah.
honestly, you don't need to go all green like
No.
everyone
Maybe
does.
one
Jeff and
green
I
thing.
saw someone at McDonald's today wearing nothing but like green and black. And like you don't need to go that overhyping with it.
Literally, I couldn't tell they existed because they blended in with that little there's this upright like little leprechaun thing, and they blended in like they were standing right next to it. I couldn't even tell they were actually human. But
Oh, this is a great segue into something else.
all right, so
All right.
go on,
All
my
right,
friend.
now
Let-
for the
let
little
Charles-
mystery segment. I just finished reading a fantastic book last night called
God.
John Dies at the End. Have either of you two heard of this?
No.
I'm assuming he dies.
Does John die at the end?
That's for you to find out.
Okay, so that, you're gonna leave us with this. Let us read a book called John Dies at the End.
Yeah.
And I'm absolutely sure that
I
There's
bet
a
you-
50-50 chance.
I bet you.
Ask
he
yourself, is there even a character named John?
I don't know. Is there?
Okay, you just blew my mind. I'm sure you blew like all of our audiences.
This is the most.
Our audiences.
This has got to be one of the best books I've ever read, and I think you can agree that I have generally good taste.
Yeah.
So, this is just. Well, fuck you. This book is just the trippiest piece of
So that's
literature.
why you're reading it.
I mean, the main.
You're setting this up too easily for me.
Wait.
I don't understand that.
Is it
The-
like
The main character is decidedly sort of neutral about drugs. He doesn't want to do them, but he's not like, oh, I hate you for doing them. But he ends up accidentally injecting himself with this drug called soy sauce. And
Okay,
it just
can I interrupt for a second? How
What?
do you accidentally do drugs? And how do you accidentally inject
Hold
yourself?
on,
with
hold
them?
on. No.
I was drunk.
Just let me
I have a
speak.
question too, actually.
What?
And it's not a dumb troll question like Jeff's.
Alright.
Oh, of course.
Is it trippy? Like, is it like Requiem for a Dream
Oh,
in
God,
like book
no.
form?
I haven't...
You know what I'm
I
talking
don't know.
about.
Yes,
right,
I know what you're
Jeff?
talking about. How
Well, it's
weird
just...
that movie was.
That was an insanely weird movie.
Well, first of all, addressing your question, Jeff, he accidentally did it because his friend shot himself up with the drug, and then he thought that, well, he snapped the end of the needle off, and then he stuck the syringe in his pocket, and he accidentally poked himself with it.
Oh.
So he accidentally shot himself up.
All right, that makes sense then. Does he become addicted to the drug in the book, or is that
No,
something you want-
there's, well, no one in the book had enough of the drug to tell whether or not it was addictive or not, but the point of the book is that it just... I don't want to give too much away, but basically they start seeing things in their everyday life that normally you...
Like Bigfoot?
No, not like Bigfoot. It's not... It is really stupid in a way, but it's done intentionally, just for the laughs.
Oh, alright.
And, well, to give you an example, one of the first chapters of the book talks about how the main character's friend invites him over, or calls him on the phone and tells him that he has to come over to his house right now because it's an emergency. And they get there, and they have to go to this girl's house to try and get rid of a ghost or whatever. And they end up fighting a meat man ghost made up of various pieces of meat from the girl's fridge.
That kind of reminds me of Dogma.
Oh, that reminded me of Danny Phantom.
Oh God! I gotta get mom. Okay, but it reminded me of Dogma, how they fought the shit demon or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
It really reminded me of that.
That's
But-
probably what I'm gonna imagine while I'm reading the book. But all right. So I guess we're gonna end this, guys.
And
I
then-
hope you guys.
wait,
oh
just-
God!
A little
Let
icing
us
on the
end
cake.
this.
There is a monster that they fight who calls himself Shit Ton. So just throwing that out there.
All right. So All right. So until next time, guys. It was I'm Jeff Luncher
Raymond Holt.
and our little pet here,
I am not your pet.
Chuck, and we'll talk to you guys later.